welcome back. We are now here with the Wayne County School System. I'm going to allow Nelda to introduce herself and her team members can follow as well.
Hello, I am Nelda Simmons, and I am the Family Engagement Specialist for the District of Wayne County, and I am joined by two facilitators that I could not live without. It seems like in this time they are wonderful to work with, and we have a good time. And I'll let them enjoy and introduce themselves.
Okay.
Hi, my name is Jahan McClendon. I am the Family Engagement Facilitator at Martha Ross Smith Elementary School, where I also teach fourth grade math and science.
Right.
Hey, I'm Erica Madry. I am the Family Engagement Facilitator at Jessup Elementary, and I am also a second grade teacher.
Wonderful. Well, ladies, let's talk about that amazing family engagement project that you all submitted. First of all, just tell us about what inspired it and who are some of your collaborators? Because from my understanding, you guys work really close with the Wayne County Chamber of Commerce. So talk about that partnership.
Well, that came about because on the on the information that we got from y'all, it was telling us to be very creative, and a lot of people are doing so many different things with technology, and we knew that a lot of the presentations would deal with that and with APTT, and we do all of those things, and we're proud of what we do with that. But at the time that the competition came out for us to do this, we happened to have something that had been collaborated between the Chamber of Commerce, the community, small businesses in Wayne County, and the school system. We have a couple of people that sit on the Chamber of Commerce, so we are always in the loop of what's going on in our community. And so since we knew what was going on, we had, it, first of all, it was called Scarecrows Among Us. And so we had the schools, different schools. One school, James Bacon, they did a Google Meets display so people could see the different ways that we were having to adapt to teach their children. And we wanted them to understand what was going on. So this was giving them a visual. One of the schools did an in-classroom and focused on Leader in Me, which is something that our whole county is a Leader in Me county. And so I got the bright idea of us using the downtown, the scarecrows, because I said nobody else has scarecrows. Okay, so we're going to do that. And then we just, through collaboration, going back and forth, playing off of each other's ideas, it all seemed to come together. But if it had been just one person out there on their own, I don't think we could have gotten everything together the way that we did. So that's how it came about, was from that. But there was really true collaboration, and that's how everything was put together. We used our cheerleaders, we used our band, we used our community, we used our businesses, and we used families. So we used all stakeholders literally when we did this project.
And I think that's really the definition of family and community engagement. And I love the fact that you all have someone to attend those business meetings so you can hear firsthand what's going on and be there to collaborate and partner together. That's amazing. All right, Susan, I think
Absolutely.
you have the next question.
Absolutely. And you all do a great job with your family engagement. I've known that for many years. And I know you've just discussed how successful the program was. But tell us, what has been some of your other successes or your greatest success this year as you reach out to your family and your community? What have the benefits been that you've seen?
We've had to, of course, like everyone, adapt to a new normal. We had so many ways that we had set and were working for us to communicate with families in person, but we had to come up with new ideas. So that was a challenge, but coming up with new ideas has really supported a lot of families better because they don't have to be at one place at one time. And so there's more options for them to be involved and engaged, and they feel more comfortable reaching out to us. So we've enjoyed having to find a new way to engage the families.
And that does sound like it's been successful since you've gotten that positive from the families too. Thanks.
I think that another way, and everybody, and other counties are doing this, is our APTT. Believe it or not, I know I keep messing with my mask, but it won't feel like it's going in my mouth, so excuse me.
Okay.
But we, with APTT, it has surprised all of us that our participation was greater doing it virtually than it was in person. And we were really excited about that. And so that goes back to what Erica was talking about. It's just the fact that a parent could go in and sit down and watch it when they had the time instead of on our time and our schedule. It just, the virtual, we can look at it in a negative way, but we choose to look at it in a positive way because it gives our families so many different options.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And I know you all have been implementing the academic parent teacher team model of family engagement for several years. So you certainly do know about, what you're speaking in terms of your participation and all that. So thanks for sharing that part.
And then I love the fact that you're eliminating those barriers and they can go back and watch the recording. We didn't have that before. I think a lot of times we had our in-person meetings, and if you were there, you were there, and if you weren't, you just missed the information. But then to be able to capture all of that and send a recording link, I mean, that's huge. So now let's talk about some of the challenges because we know it's virtual. There are some challenges as well. So talk about those challenges and some of the ways you're overcoming those things.
Some definite challenges that we had was there was a learning curve for a lot of our parents and grandparents who may not have been, technologically savvy. And so we were able to go ahead and prep the kids and say, all right, guys, so we're sending out our APTT links, or, we've got this going on in the community. We want you all to take what you've learned here in school and go home and be teachers to your parents and your grandparents. And it has also allowed, since we've gone, several of our classes here are virtual classes, we've been able to communicate with the parents, grandparents, on how to work Google Classroom or how to check their parent portal and check the grades for students. So definitely technology has been a big challenge, but we've thoroughly enjoyed taking on that challenge.
And we've learned so much that we wouldn't have been forced to learn, but I think will be so much better because of what we have adapted and changed and gone through with.
It's not only the families that had to learn to tech. We have teachers, administrators, staff members that are not tech savvy. These two right here have taught me so much. I was so excited when I finally did a Bitmoji. I was so excited when Nell passed it. I was like, look what I did, look what I did. And to other people, they may say, there was nothing to that. But I was so excited because I had to work on that thing a few times before I got that down. So all of us are learning, and it's good that I was, instead of just saying, I can't do this, that I did embrace it and I enjoyed doing it. And now I'm so proud of the things that I have learned from these two.
Any meetings we have has Nelda's Bitmoji included in
Yes.
it now.
How funny.
We like our Bitmojis too, and it helps you empathize with the families also who may not be familiar with that technology, so that we're all on the same learning curve. And that probably builds some connections with your families as well when you can be open and self-disclosing, because I'm one of those sort of limited technology folks as well. So, and depend on Dawn and Mandy as well. But y'all sound like y'all really taken lemons and turned them into lemonade. And so I know you're really proud of that. So if you had to sit back and express some words of wisdom that you wanted to share with other districts who maybe have had those same challenges or different challenges, what would you share with them? What would your words of wisdom be?
Patience.
Yes.
Well, having having the outlook to look at these challenges as an opportunity to improve your program, improve your processes, and to build a better, more honest relationship with the families. I mean, we've had to say to parents, I do not know that answer. This is new to me, but we will figure it out together. And just being honest with the parents, and it seems to help build the relationship in a more positive light, having to go through these challenges together.
I think one thing that we've learned, and it's a motto in Wayne County, is that collaboration, collaboration, collaboration. Anybody can come up with an idea like I thought of the scarecrows, but it didn't ever come together. So if it hadn't have been for collaboration with everybody, you can take true collaboration. And I feel like as our family engagement program in Wayne County, that we have honestly, truly learned the meaning of collaboration and feeding off of one another. And if we do that, we know that the product or the whatever we put out for people to see is going to be a great product. And that's because we have so many eyes looking at it and so many people have an input into it that we are proud of what we put out. And so in Wayne County, our little saying for the chamber and everything is together we achieve more. And so we're real proud to say that as Wayne County, we do achieve more when we work together.
And that's
Together.
not just a school model, that's the whole community.
Whole
What
Right.
community.
what a wonderful tribute to the county. Thank you all.
Yeah. And that's even with our federal programs department at the Georgia Department of Education. Our whole motto is innovation, collaboration, and support. So I think everyone is on that same wavelength of we got to
Mhm.
come together to make this work. Love it. So, ladies, as we are looking into next school year, how will you continue your virtually unstoppable quest? Give us some of your specific plans and your goals considering all of this.
Well, one thing that we have talked about, there's actually a Chamber of Commerce meeting next Wednesday that I'll be attending, and we're wanting to build, since we are a Leader in Me county, we are wanting to incorporate our Leader in Me habits in our community. So they're not just seeing, the kids are not just seeing our habits in the school, but they're also seeing it out in the community. And so we really want to talk to them about whenever they have students or children come in asking them, well, how were you proactive today? How did you sharpen the saw today? And we've just really thought that that would be a great way for our local businesses to once again be involved and engaged in our school system.
Great
Love
work.
it. Right. So as far as your virtual programs, do you have anything coming up? I think Nell that we talked about last time you guys were looking at maybe doing some more of that outdoor festival type and then going inside the businesses and they were going to have a activity inside the actual businesses, which I love that partnership. Anything like that coming up?
Um, well, we have the Leader in Me that she's going to be discussing, and that's going to include us putting signage all the way throughout Wayne County on our businesses so that everyone is seeing the lingo that goes along with Leader in Me when their child comes home and talks about, as she says, sharpen the saw. What does that mean? You know, now everybody can know what that means. So we're wanting to do that, and we also have in the spring, we'll have another literacy event. This time we're looking at doing um, some type of scavenger hunt so that they can think and have clues to get to where they need to be. And then when they get to the very end, they get some type of little prize and they bring that back to the school and they get another prize for completing the scavenger hunt. And it will be, they'll have a scavenger hunt that's for elementary level, for middle school, for high school. And one thing we have learned from the past, and we've discussed this with you, is that we need to be able to have something for our families to scan with their phones so that we know true attendance because we didn't have that. So I would say that was one of our shortcomings on the story walk that we had because we did not have any way to track how many people participated in that.
And I think as you move along, all of it is evolving. So, you do something one time and then you say, okay, I can do it a little better. And, so it's always growing. And I love that's what she said earlier. We're growing, we're improving our program. Another thing you mentioned that I really love, and I think because we always hear people don't come to our events, and then sometimes we have, maybe a school who has a reading workshop and, somebody's just reading off a PowerPoint. It's not really engaging, hands-on, interactive, but something like a scavenger hunt where it's fun, the kids are going to be excited about it. You can still get a family. Everyone is involved in that. And I think if you try something new, make it creative, sometimes that will help with your attendance because we like it when it's fun. We like to have fun too. So I love that you guys are incorporating some of those fun new activities. That's great.
And especially
Okay.
your family's an opportunity to get out and do something different and not have to be at the house all the time in front of a computer. It's still learning, but it's in just a different environment. So good
Yeah,
job.
I really loved going out and taking pictures of all the families that were out doing.
Yeah.
And I just would go several days in a row. I went and you would find groups of people going around getting their pictures made with all the scarecrows, doing the story walk and all that. And so it was really fun to see that the families were having a good time while learning. And
Mhm.
Right.
parents got to see that their children were excited about what was going on. And if we get the children excited for that scavenger,
Excited.
then
Right. That's it. I'm telling you.
I think we're
Right.
Absolutely.
And then next time they're going to say, ooh, what's coming up next? So now they're looking forward to it because you've introduced something that's fun. So, absolutely. I mean, job well done. Okay, so the next part of this is that we're going to allow you guys to just share your screen or anything that you want to share with us at this time. Feel free to do so so we can see some of your virtual activities or community engagement.
Welcome to the Wayne County School System. Let's take a look at our family engagement program. Despite the pandemic, we have continued to engage families and all community stakeholders in the learning of our students. In December, we were able to present the Board of Education with our plaque from the Georgia Department of Education. We love and appreciate the continued support that we receive from our local Board of Education. You can find our award in the trophy case at the Board of Education complex. One of the ways that we were able to engage families outside of school while still learning is by creating a story walk in downtown Jessup. The book for this year is called The Scarecrow Dances. Let's take a look at some families as they work their way through the book. To match the theme of the Scarecrow Dances, our local Chamber of Commerce created a competition to allow businesses and schools to set up a display called Scarecrows Among Us. Let's check out our Scarecrow Among Us displays within our county. Here we have James E. Bacon Elementary School with a display showing Google Meets Classroom. Sure is a good take on hybrid learning. Next we have Wayne Reeves showing the Scarecrow Dances. Our Wayne County School Nutrition Department with the Ghoul Bus. Ho 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 ho. Scriven Elementary School photo with the Pirates. Our CASA Zoom meeting, Tri-County CASA Incorporated. Arthur Williams Middle School
Classroom with Leader in Me, we rise by lifting others. Esau and Migrant, my culture, my identity. Wayne County High School stand, students together against negative decisions. Odom Elementary School, where they're wild about learning. Jessup Elementary School, dream big. Georgia Hospice Care, give thanks, let's go fishing. Our community involvement. Here in Wayne County, we love every chance we get to partner up with community members. We had the opportunity to interview one of those members who works at the Georgia Hospice Care. You may have noticed their display which said, "Let's go fishing." Coincidentally, not only is she a member of our business community, she is also a parent. Let's take a listen to her input on what it was like to have a dual role.
Hey, I'm Erica Madry. I'm a family engagement facilitator at Jessup Elementary School in Wayne County. I'm here with Jade Heron at GHC Hospice, and she gets to participate as a family of children who are in our schools as well as a community member. Jade, I have a few questions to ask you about your involvement. As a representative of local business and community, do you think that the events allow for collaboration between the community and the schools in a positive way?
Yes, I do. I think that it's very important as not only a parent of small children that are in the school, but also as a community member for us to do as much as possible together to bring us all together.
How difficult and time consuming is it for you to complete your display for the community to enjoy?
It depends on what the task is and how detailed I want to be. Some only take a couple of hours and others have taken all day long. This is not the first time that I have participated in the community events, so it just depends on how detailed I want to be.
But it's all within reason?
Yes.
Is this part of your job? And if it is, do you feel like this is something you should do to help out our community?
Yes, it is part of my job. I am a community liaison for GHC Hospice, so marketing and community events are a part of my job. I'm also a part of the chamber here in Wayne County, so I have to do these type of things very often.
How many students do you have in our school system?
I have 2 in elementary in Odom. I have 1 in middle school at Martha Puckett and 1 in high school at Wayne County High.
Out of your 4 children, how are they taught right now? Are they in school or virtual?
They are all in school, thank you.
Family enjoy the story walk and touring downtown Jessup?
They did. My youngest really enjoyed being able to follow the stories as they were hung up at the different businesses. And then they, of course, thought that it was very cool, like the bus, because of their papa and what he does with the buses. So they really enjoyed it. We've come more than once, actually.
I heard you mention their papa. What does he do?
He is the maintenance and transportation director for the Board of Education.
So he has ties, and you have ties throughout the
Yes.
same community.
Yes.
How did your family benefit from this experience?
We were able to have extra family time outside of the home while continuing to maintain safety. And then we also had I had a chance to see my kids read, and it was just a good overall experience for our family.
Are there any suggestions that you have for the community and schools to improve the next event?
I feel I knew about a lot of the community events because I'm an ambassador on the chamber here, but I feel like that as a community as a whole that we could benefit from more advertising and more engagement, such as instead of just sending home a flyer with the children about things that are going on, I know if you tell my kids something, they're going to come home. They're not going to, they're not going to let it go until you get involved and do that.
Now let's take a look at what our hybrid model looks like here in Wayne County. Even though the pandemic of COVID-19 is still among us, learning is always taking place. Technology has definitely been our biggest area of growth, whether it be administrators, community members, parents, teachers, students. We have all come together to work through technology challenges and truly turn lemons into lemonade. Now let's take a look at children who have been learning from home and children who are learning in school. Thank you to the Georgia Department of Education, Wayne County School System, and Wayne County Chamber of Commerce. Remember, we are Wayne County, where it all comes together.
All right, wonderful. Thank you so much, ladies. Family School Partnership, that's what it's all about. Thank you, Wayne County School District team. Have a wonderful afternoon.
Thank y'all very much.
Bye.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.